could have played games for the rest of his life and made millions, but instead wasted his time needing to share his opinion on every single world topic.
Going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided.
All right. I actually really like Asmon. I'm a big fan of him. He's kind of inspired my new wave of YouTube-ness. What did he say here that has gotten even Jake Lucky pissed off?
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways.
Asmon, I was up with you up until that point. I felt like I'm. You ever talk to like your girlfriend's mom or your wife's mom or dad, right? And you're just talking, and all of a sudden you're like picking up what they're putting down, and then they just go on this weird like left turn. The inferior culture, I think, is what's getting him in trouble. Because when I heard that, my red flag slapped me in the back of the head and was like, holy shit, that's a red flag. I don't think any culture we should deem as inferior, right? But everything else he's saying, I think he's kind of right. But we're not going to focus on that point. We're going to focus on I don't want to say looking at the other side with respect, because murder and genocide is not something that you should sit by and stand for, right? I think we can all agree on that. But we do have to be careful and look at reality. When we look at their civilization, once more, and their culture, he's not wrong where they have genocide, they have oppression, they have a lot of weird laws that are just baked into their culture. And so much so that you think we have systemic issues, they have systemic issues that are on a whole other level. So I agree with Asmongold on this, but we can't call that culture inferior, though it is drastically different. It is the exact opposite of ours. In fact, it's kind of the polar opposite, into the extreme where both sides can be bad. I think we can agree both sides of any radical side is going to be an evil, bad thing. Saying something is inferior is a little wild.
It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them. If you want to...
Wow. Okay, let's get a little bit more context, because in a minute and 15 seconds just doesn't seem like it's enough. Okay. No idea why the human-sized rat still has an audience? Yikes, that's kind of rude. Believe it or not, you're capable of both playing games and sharing your opinion? Wow, crazy. I don't agree with him, but I mean, he should be able to voice his opinion no matter how dumb or smart it is. Saying, shut up and play game as if he's a streamer or not. You know what? This is actually a good point, too, where people... I don't think if you have a dumb opinion, and this is something that I think Asmon could agree to as well, like, you are not your opinions, right? You're allowed to have an opinion, and then when facts come out and more information is presented, you're allowed to change your stance on shit. You don't have to stay locked into an opinion. And we should be able to respect each other. I think that's where I was trying to kind of get lost up earlier when I was getting up with respect, is that I think we should be able to respect that other people are going to have opinions, and sometimes it's going to be drastically different than your opinion, and we're allowed to speak passionately about something. You're allowed to get passionate when you're talking about something and disagree with somebody, but understand that it's just that thing and that one topic. You probably have way more in common with that person than you think, so don't get it twisted in your head that they themselves are the idea that you're attacking. And that's what I think a lot of people are going to do with Asmon that they think he is this opinion, though he has it. That doesn't mean that is his whole personality, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of other things that he believes in that you strongly believe in as well. So come at him with that respect, where you're seeing eye to eye about this one thing. You're looking at something over to the side, passionately disagreeing on it, but just on that thing, not on each other as individuals. I think that should be very important to say. Has been gone. That's the first thing I saw over here. Jake, your whole existence on Twitter is using other people's opinions for views. Your moralistic standpoint here is weird, but game is game. I gotta respect it. Sheesh. I met Jake in person. He's kind of a nice guy. Kind of a nice guy. Nobody cares, plus it can't be canceled, plus ratio. Jake making something out of nothing. He's gonna make millions and play video games. I mean, this is true. I love Twitter.